Tonight on Elon Local News. Elon students gather to spread love and to fight a common evil. How seniors are celebrated on and off the field. And how a group of students are bringing their product to life. Elon Local News starts right now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you're watching Elon Local News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Gibson.
And I'm Samantha Casamento. We have our John Sarver live in Schar Center at the men's tennis team's NCAA watch party. John.
Hi, I'm here at the Elon men's tennis selection show. Behind me is the Elon men's tennis team. They are waiting to see who they will be facing in the NCAA tournament this upcoming weekend. Elon men's tennis finished the year with a 21-4 record, and they beat UNCW to claim the CAA title on April 20th. Kyle Frankel was named most outstanding player in the CAA tournament, and the tournament is set to start this weekend as they are waiting to find out who they will be facing. That's all I have for you. Sam and Amanda, back to you.
The NCAA men's tennis tournament is set to kick off on Friday, May 3rd. We will continue to follow the story.
This morning, Elon announced the 15 rising juniors who are the 2019 Lumen Scholars. The Lumen Prize is an undergraduate research award where recipients will receive a $20,000 scholarship to support the completion of their proposed research project. Sophomore Angela Myers is doing her research on sexual assault prevention on college campuses. She says that she is excited not only for herself, but for the impact of her research in the future.
I really believe that it's research that could change Elon's community as well as colleges across America.
But this project isn't the only activity recipients will be doing. Both Myers and sophomore Griffin Barris are honors fellows and involved with several other organizations on campus. Barris plans to use his experiences to better his project.
I have to continue my honors thesis before graduation, so I'll be doing that alongside the Lumen project. Traveling to India twice and continuing my active membership with Model UN because it relates pretty similarly to the research goals I have in mind.
Why do you think?
The 15 recipients will be working on their research for the next 2 years with mentors from Elon's faculty and staff.
A local petition has almost 5,000 signatures in response to a recent bill that passed through the North Carolina House. If passed through the Senate, Bill 370 would force all sheriffs in North Carolina to cooperate with immigration and customs enforcement officers. This bill comes as a result after many local sheriffs ended their partnerships with ICE. President of the student organization Immigrant Realities, David Duncan, is disheartened by the new bill.
As a result, a lot of immigrants, not just immigrants, but the communities in which immigrants reside, which are all of our communities, are going to be affected by this bill.
ICE ramped up on its deportation policies in February. Spokesperson for ICE, Sean Gallagher, says they want to work with local partnerships to increase deportations.
The bottom line is this agency will continue to carry out its mission. It's my sincere desire to work with local jurisdictions in any capacity that we can.
But Immigrant Realities says the bill is prejudiced towards certain groups. Local activist groups are challenging residents of Alamance County to contact their state representatives. The sheriff of Alamance County says in a press release that he supports the bill. It is currently under review by the Senate.
As the weather is warming up, you might be wanting to spend your free time by the pool. For students living in Mill Point, that has been impossible due to the pool being closed and drained. This was for water lights being replaced and the chemical system needing to be cleaned out. A date for the reopening of the pool has yet to be released, but the station at Mill Point staff says they are working to resolve the problems.
And a bug known as the kissing bug is in North Carolina. While it's not the first time the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported the bug in the state, the bug's bite can be deadly. Kissing bugs may carry a disease that comes from parasites. According to the CDC, it may cause inflammation in the face or cardiac problems. But some people don't get any symptoms. If you think you see a kissing bug, don't kill it. The CDC says to put it into a container and fill it with rubbing alcohol. Then bring it to the Alamance County Health Department. According to Director of Environmental Services David Warden, Physical Plant is working with pest control to see what can be done to prevent the bug from entering residence halls. Elon News Network will continue to follow this story.
Tonight, the Jewish community in Elon is coming together to combat hate and spread love after a deadly shooting at the Chabad of Poway Synagogue in San Diego just 2 days ago. Our Rachel Ellis is live outside of Elon Hillel, where a healing gathering wrapped up just moments ago. Rachel, what was it like?
Samantha, Amanda, good evening. I'm here outside of Hillel tonight, where the Jewish community just gathered in these chairs right behind me now. Elon, Hillel, and Chabad were here tonight, but Elon Rabbi Sandra Lawson led tonight's service. Now, students also spoke tonight about how they're turning to their Jewish family and friends during this dark time. And I spoke to Elon Chabad Rabbi Mendy Minkovitz earlier today about how he's planning on moving forward.
It's upsetting, it's depressing in the sense that it's more of like, when is this gonna end type of deal.
Samantha Herbert is a freshman at Elon. She goes to this Chabad in Burlington every week for a home-cooked meal and a chance to gather with her Jewish community.
Chabad has really just given me a place to go and feel comfortable, really just have that family feeling, especially so far away from home.
An attack on her religious group thousands of miles away leaves her frustrated.
Chabad is such like a safe place for me to go, and just hearing that some people were obviously violated in some place that's supposed to be safe and welcoming is upsetting.
Dealing with today's pain, Rabbi Mendy Minkovitz remembers responding to attacks in Pittsburgh not too long ago.
There's some kind of very dark irony in the fact that I'm sitting here and thinking, how do we respond to this? What do we do about it? And I have so much precedent, unfortunately.
Prioritizing safety and security measures for his Chabad home on Truett Drive.
We sadly have to consider this on much more real terms to close any potential loopholes that exist or any weaknesses in our defenses.
Local law enforcement patrolling this residential area in response to the attack.
The biggest thing you can do is keep your doors locked and stay vigilant to notice people that are out of place or people that don't seem to belong in this area.
But spreading love and faith will come first.
If you want to fight violence, then you need, police, you need law enforcement, you need, force. But if you want to fight an evil ideology, there's no degree of force and weapons and police that can defeat an ideology.
Now, students of the Jewish community will gather again on Wednesday for Holocaust Remembrance Day. We're live outside of Hillel tonight. I'll send it back to you all in the studio.
Coming up, we show you how to navigate your way through Surf Day.
And I'll let you know if the warm weather is here for good with your Phoenix 5-day forecast. All right, so we start out with some cooler temperatures this morning, a little bit unexpected. Had to grab my jacket and bundle up a little bit this morning, but thankfully we're looking at some warmer weather ahead, actually some pretty hot temperatures that'll give us a bit of a taste of summer. So taking a look at your Phoenix 5-day forecast, tomorrow we're looking at a hot yet dry surf day with partly cloudy skies, a high of 88 and a low of 64. Wednesday will pretty much be the same case, partly cloudy skies and a high of 89. Thursday, expect some more cloud cover, high of 89, low 65. Friday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, a beautiful day, a high of 88 and lows in the mid 60s. And Saturday, there is a chance of some isolated thunderstorms with a high of 84 and a low of 64. So as the weather gets warmer, do make sure that you are staying hydrated, and if you are staying out in the sun, maybe sunbathing a bit, do apply sunscreen. Sending it back to you all.
Tuesday is Student Undergraduate Research Day, also known as Surf Day, where students will present their research. Students like Emily Ford have been working on their research since the fall of 2017, and Ford is surprised how much she has enjoyed it.
So you have like an advisor who's kind of like your mentor throughout this project, and it gives you a really cool opportunity to do something either outside of what your classes are doing, so your interests, and just being independent and doing this really cool work.
100 presentations covering a range of topics. Ford says it's important to go to Surf Day because you get to see what other students are up to.
If I don't go to surf day, I wouldn't know what other people are figuring out in their classes. So sciences or math department, education, my roommate did a project on the use of fidget spinners in school, which is so cool. And I would never know anything about that until she did this project.
Associate Director of the Undergraduate Research Program, Dr. Qian Xu, organized this year's Surf Day. The event is on the Elon Guides app. Xu says its aim is to allow the Elon community to explore the surf program more easily. Students interested in going to surf can download the Elon Guides app for free on the App Store. If you open up the app, you can also download the Surf Guide. So I have the main menu page open here with the Surf 2019 About page. So if you just scroll down, you can see that we have some undergraduate research program advisory committee members, as well as some information about the Undergraduate Research Student Association. Now, if you click the 3 bars on the left top corner, you can go to the main menu where you can see the schedule for Surf Day. And if you click on each session individually, as I have done here, you can scroll down and see the advisors that will be associated with presentations, as well as the people presenting and their topics. You can add these to your schedules, make your own schedule, and have a great use of the app. Brian Ray is live in the studio to tell us about some podcasts to get us through the semester. Brian?
That's right, Ashley. Finals are almost upon us, which means the stress is piling up. If you're looking for a quick study and mind break, you might consider listening to a podcast. According to a study by Edison Research, 40% of people ages 12 to 24 in the U.S. listened to a podcast last month. Podcasts are a great way to learn something new or get some inspiration, and they're easy to listen to on the go. Here are some podcasts to help you get through the stress of final season. First is the Daily Meditation Podcast. It's a daily podcast, usually around 10 minutes an episode, that guides you in meditation. Host Mary Meckley suggests starting your day off with the podcast to help manage stress and stay focused throughout the day. Next, Rise Podcast is by Rachel Hollis and focuses on healthy professional development. Her most recent episode, called How to Overcome the Fear of Failure, talks about ways to let go of that stressor and do the best job you can. This is a good podcast for anyone worried about their final exam grades controlling the future of their life. Last, Tiny Leaps, Big Changes is a self-help podcast tailored to college students. There are episodes about finding more time, which is great for when you feel crunched for time around finals, doubling your productivity, and simple ways to reduce anxiety. And most episodes are under 40 minutes, so you can plug in on your way to class or while you're getting ready for the day. You can find all of those shows on Apple Podcasts or SoundCloud. Samantha and Amanda, back to you.
The trailer of the new Avengers Endgame movie had students on the edge of their seats. The film premiered Thursday night, and local theaters like Carousel Cinemas added showtimes of the movie to accommodate the increase of moviegoers. Elon sophomore and Marvel fan Noah Sonnenberg says the movie lives up to his expectations.
It was a great way to wrap up the 10 years of Marvel and all of the past series, and bring the whole cast and all of the different plots together, and kind of conclude it, and maybe spark some new stories that could start up in the future.
On its opening weekend, the movie brought in $1.2 billion globally.
And after the break, the future of Elon alumni is looking bright.
First round of the NCAA tournament. Also this week, though, was the NFL draft, and for the first time since 2013, one of the draft picks is an Elon Phoenix. 193rd overall pick, Udo is only the 12th Phoenix to be drafted in Elon's history. In his time with the Phoenix, he was selected to the All-CAA team 3 times and was named the first team FCS All-American in his senior year. Head coach Tony Trisiani is excited for the opportunities that his former player has ahead of him.
It's great to see a player come in and commit to the process and develop and have the opportunities that he has right now. I love to see it. We all do as coaches. But it's also great for us as a program and our kids to see it and be a part of it. And from a recruiting standpoint, for kids to know that you can get there from Elon.
Blue.
On Saturday night, another former Phoenix, CJ Toogood, signed to the Baltimore Ravens as a free agent. And like we said before, it was just announced that the men's tennis team is the number 3 seed in the first round of the NCAA tournament and will face number 2 Georgia. Baseball was at home in a series against Northeastern where they won the overall series, winning their final game 3-0. On Friday, they climbed back from 5-2 lead by Northeastern and claimed their series opener with help from Joe Satterfield. Another standout player from Friday's game was Kyle Brunovich, who struck out 13 batters, making that a season high for him. Just this afternoon, Jared Weatherby was named CAA Co-Player of the Week and is the first weekly honor of his career. Baseball will play High Point at home on April 30th and then at Hofstra on May 3rd for their final away series. Softball played in their final home series against Towson, winning their series and their last game 3-1. This weekend was also their senior weekend where they honored their 7 seniors. Standout players included Erica Serafini, Morgan Rake, and Ali Repko. They will next travel to Hofstra in their last series to try to secure their spot in their CAA championship play. Women's lacrosse played 2 games this weekend, winning both of them to secure a spot in the CAA championship tournament. They played at William & Mary, winning 12-9, and then traveled back home for their senior day against Coastal Carolina, where they won 15-13. Our Alex Reynolds took a look at how they celebrated the seniors on the team.
Women's lacrosse ended their 2019 season on a high note by celebrating 3 seniors and a 15-3 home win over Coastal Carolina.
It was awesome. It was the greatest day I could ask for.
Midfielders Shannon Horan, Grace Simpson, and Aaron Morsheimer played in their final game at Rudd Field. For Coach Josh Hexter, this moment was all about recognizing the leaders of the team and the work that they have put in.
Senior day for us is that we got to remember how much work and how much effort these kids have put in, how much sacrifice through 4 years.
The 3 seniors' leadership on and off the field is crucial for a Phoenix team that is made up of 21 underclassmen. Playing on the attack, these leadership qualities are important to Simpson, who plays along some of the team's top young talents.
Well, definitely throughout all the years, we've always had a really good relationship with all the grades. We've always made a point to take the younger girls in and really make them feel comfortable. So that definitely translated to the field.
Horan scored 2 goals and tallied 2 more assists in her final home game. This performance in a hard-fought win added more emotions going into her final CAA tournament.
Definitely before William & Mary game, if we had not won on Friday, then this would have been our last game, and that was starting to stir some emotions last week during practice. But we got 1 more week, so not yet.
The Phoenix rematched the defending national champion James Madison Dukes on their home turf Friday, May 3rd. Despite the odds, Horan believes that the team has the ability to shock the lacrosse world.
They're not the team they were last year. I think we're just as athletic. We just have to believe in ourselves.
Alex Reynolds, Elon Local News.
The Phoenix take on James Madison in the quarterfinals of the CAA lacrosse tournament on Friday in Harrisonburg.
We apologize for those technical difficulties.
And Ollie Udo, our Elon alumni, was drafted in the 6th round of the NFL draft this weekend, and you can find the story on our website, elonnewsnetwork.com. And after the break, I see how a group of students are building a business from the ground up.
You're watching Elon Local News.
4 Elon students are bringing their surprising business to life in an entrepreneur class here on campus. Take a look. Working hard in the Maker Hub all semester, 4 entrepreneur students saw their business come to life.
Each kit also comes with a mirror on the inside. So on each kit there are 2 wax strips. We have tweezers, scissors, and the brush.
The Mr. Brew male eyebrow kits are a project for an entrepreneur class here at Elon. Junior Katie Wakayama came up with the idea to help men feel confident in their appearance.
Men might struggle with self-grooming and taking care of themselves, just guiding them and giving them confidence along the way as well.
For Maria Riviera, a project like this is the first step in creating skills for pursuing her goal of owning her own business.
This has been a good project to show me the process, and it has taught me a lot that things don't work always the way you wanted them to work, but you can always find solutions.
Throughout the semester, the team has created the product from scratch, and junior Gabe Kuhn says it has not come without obstacles.
We have failed many times. It's been very cool seeing how those failures have then turned into this kit that I'm personally proud to put my name on.
The students invested $150 of their own money into the product before tapping into the class budget. Senior Raquel Galinsky said it's been worth it to put their money where their mouth is.
I feel so much pride knowing that we sold, we made profit.
The kits are $12 each, and the group sold 18 kits already and is continuing to sell the product until they run out of inventory. The professor for the class, Sean McMahon, says it's been, quote, fun to watch these students do entrepreneurship rather than trying to be entrepreneurs, end quote. And we have our Caitlin Rundle back and Cami Finke back to talk about sports and weather. So tell us a little bit more about tennis, and they just found out, so tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, and it's actually really exciting because Coach Leonard was saying how he really wanted that number 3 seed instead of, because now they're going up against the number 2 seed instead of if they got the number 4 seed, they would be going up against the number 1. So this is actually a really great seeding for Elon, and they hopefully will do very well in the first round. And then it'll be a challenge if they move on from there, but the seeding is really good. Georgia is a good team, and it will be a challenge for them, but the seeding was very lucky for them.
Great. And this game is on Friday, right? So what's the weather looking like for that?
Weather's looking great. Going to be really warm, high in the upper 80s. Definitely a good chance to go out and turn out for that the tennis match. Definitely seeing a lot of seniors right now taking advantage of this warm weather, getting their grad photos taken. I know I'm doing that on Friday, so Friday should be a really good day for everyone.
Yeah, by Fawnville Fountain, I mean, I've just seen so many students there getting all their pictures ready for graduation.
Well, that's where I'll be on Friday. So
Yeah, it's been great weather, and I'm excited. Tomorrow too is supposed to be amazing for surf day, so you can pop into some presentations and then get back outside and enjoy the weather while we don't have class.
Yes.
Definitely.
And that's all the news we have for you tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, check out our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
Follow us on social media at Elon News Network, and be sure to pick up a copy of The Pendulum on stands this Wednesday.
Have a great night, Elon.